it was just great to have Patti there observing, how we've just fallen into, and part of it might be that Ananda and I are so close that we tend to have conversations, but in the session, it's really important, I learned, not to engage with the person that it would be distracting them from engaging with Jesus, like not to even like ask them for information, other than, just report whatever comes up, or whatever, and, to help just coach them to Jesus, and that if I require her eyes to look at me, then something's wrong, that's not wrong, but that, I can be distracting, and so that it's better to, not
being a little hard on yourself, but or I was a little hard on you or something, but I think, we're in the room with somebody, we want to talk to them. They want to talk to us. And so you have to watch that you're not having the conversation, but that you're getting them to have the conversation with Jesus and you get to listen. So this is a really good one to underline. Another one that we ran into was, if the scene changes, find Jesus. Yeah. And that's kind of, you're concentrating on, okay, ask Jesus, what do you want him, what does he want you to know? But, okay, find him first, and then look at him as best as you can. Here's the deal. Find him, look at him as best as you can, then ask him, what do you want me to know? All right, so it stays in between those two. Your job, chaperone, is to be in the back seat to facilitate the date. They are the date. So it aggravates me when I'm out on a date with Jesus and somebody else gets in the front seat in between us. It's like, wait a second. Just let me off at the next. If Jesus is turning around talking to the chaperone all the time, just let me out at the next stop. You guys date. But the same thing with, if Jesus is driving, but the chaperone and the date keep talking. So I think if I were him, I'd say, well, let me out at the last, just go ahead. So these are things that you're learning that are counterintuitive and also counter what you've been instructed. Because if you've done any counseling, you're the main man. That's the truth, and it's how good you are, how much skill you have, how well you listen to Jesus. It's you. And remember, those are the things that pull you back. Remember over here in the ocean of his presence, it's simple, it's spontaneous, and it's Christ-centered. And what's going to pull you back is to complicate it, to make it mechanical, and to make it you center. And this is hard, but once you get it, it's like, oh my goodness, that's what it is. Yeah, and then people come back to me and say, this is so easy. But the hard part is getting rid of what you've lived with for 40 years. Keeping your mouth shut and just not being the hero. Wow.
Well, and trusting Jesus
to
interact with them, that's like a huge